Okay, I probably shouldn't be doing this, but there's one or two things I need to get off my chest. If you saw my week ahead video on fantastic publishing, I mentioned that in the paranormal community that were annoying me at the moment. Now, I've already announced what I'm going to do about one of them, and the first one is the lack of understanding sometimes of people's experiences and how the memory works. And I understand that that's been scientifically looked at, but I'm not 100% convinced. But I really don't want to address that one until I've done the proper research and sought the proper advice. So that's probably going to take at least 2 or 3 weeks to come out. The other main thing that's annoyed me this week is it's an ongoing discussion. It's an ongoing debate. I've been part of the, well, not just the paranormal, but the debunking community for over a year now. And here's the thing with me is, for the most part, I lurk. I might put the odd comment in a live stream, but I don't get massively involved with most of the channels, even when I'm sort of fully supporting them, and I'll come on to that in a minute. The only channel that I'm really active on, including groups, etc., is Crow of Judas's. And there's a reason for that. Anybody who's part of this community is probably going to be aware of what sort of stirred this up. I am going to say one of the plans that I did have, and I'm still going to do it. I'd already had an idea about doing a sort of ironic video about the reputation that the debunking community's got. I'm not just talking about the channels, I'm talking about the people who watch, for being bullies, for being a toxic community. And I'm planning on, I will still do a video sort of showing how insane that is. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect. It's, no online community is perfect. No online community ever has been. It's sad, it is, but there are always going to be one or two people who are going to stir things up, who are going to cause trouble. And it happens in life. And on the internet, it happens probably far more visibly, because people get very brave behind a keyboard. And my argument is, if somebody's going to be nasty by typing something in online, by causing trouble, that's not a sudden switch in their personality. They've got that in them already. Okay? Most people don't. So judging an entire community by one or two bad eggs is just insane to me. And I've also been lurking and posting and responding enough to see how hard the debunking channels, the content creators and the moderators work in order to try and protect against that. Beardo requires an army of people working for him, and they're on it. I mean, it's not just on YouTube, it's on Discord, it's on Facebook, it's everywhere. Now, what I also have experienced as part of the debunking community, at a far greater percentage than the people who support the debunking community, is the trolling and the bullying that happens from those from outside of the debunking community who don't like the debunking community. Now, there could be the argument that those numbers are far greater, so you're going to get more people. Fair enough. I don't tend to comment on channels very often if they're not somebody I'm already following, if I happen to be watching for another reason. But I've been hit, and I wasn't even having a go at the channel. It was responding to somebody else in the comments with a joke. And what I got was, oh, well, you're part of the community, you just having a go. That reputation, and I will try and get that, but it won't be this week. I've got a lot on this week, but I will try and get a video out next week concerning just how ridiculous these claims are. Now, you're going to realise that what spurred this for me to actually do this is the video that was put out by PSI, Paranormal Investigators. Now, the first time I watched that, I've rewatched it to do this, but the first time I watched it, I didn't even know he was having a go at. I thought, is he having a go at the creators, the debunkers? Is he having a go at the fake? Is he supporting the fake? Is he against the fake? And then it was not really until towards the end of the video I realised he's having a go at the community. It happens. It's not right. It's not nice, but it happens. And it felt like, for me personally, I know one or two people have told me the same thing, it felt like a personal slander against everybody. And it also felt a bit naive. It's going to happen. PSI debunk. PSI go out doing investigations. And, you know, they're going to get hit occasionally with idiots in their comments who start trolling. Everybody does. PSI probably get it a lot less than most people. Is it nice? No. I'm sure that as my channels get more underway, I'll get it. Fine. You know, I'm putting my opinion out there. Throw it back at me. But don't try and reword it so you're not blanket accusing everybody in the community and, oh, well, we know who you are. Everybody's probably paranoid. Think, what have I said? What have I said? But I mean, the other thing that they've done is, because I was in a live a couple of days ago watching, somebody very kindly gifted channel memberships, and I got one, and I get an email today saying it's been taken away. They're not doing it anymore. I mean, I'm sure they are, because I don't think they're mean guys. I'm sure they'll have refunded the person gifting the channel memberships. But even so, I mean, I give channel memberships when I want to really support a channel. It's a good way of supporting a channel, because the membership's there, and then if whoever's got the membership wants to continue with it, then it's a regular membership for that channel. And at least for a month gives somebody more incentive to maybe think, oh, you know, if they're popping into a live for the first time and they suddenly get gifted a membership, then, you know, they think, well, okay, well, I'll keep tuning into this channel for a month and see how I like it. It's a good promotional tool for the channels. I don't know, it just felt like toys being thrown out of the cot. And I don't even, I'm still not 100% convinced as to who it was really aimed at. I suspect it was only aimed at one or two idiots who were trolling and causing mayhem, but it shouldn't happen. It does. It's happened ever since we've had the internet. And it's not about stopping it from happening, because, yeah, in a perfect world, that would be wonderful. But in a real world, that's never going to happen. What you need to do is find a dignified way of handling it. Now, people may agree or disagree with me on this. I just know that the reason why people maybe on the outside who look at the community and see how tight the groups are, there's not just one big group. There is one big group that all support the debunking channels, but then there's the sort of little groups that, when you go in live chats, you can tell the people who talk to each other a lot. I know some live chats, if they're not crows, I'm sort of going in and out. There's a lot of crows and Joes, who are usually the same people who are in there, you know, you're sort of discussing things amongst yourselves. And that's fine. All I know is I've been in and out of online communities for, what, 20 years? Over 20 years. And I've done moderating, I've run forums. And And I've got to say, for a long, long time, this has been the nicest community I've been part of. Is it perfect? No. No online community is. And I found my place in it, and I love it. And I can show you the place I found in it. People wouldn't get away with it. I'm not saying people are horrible to each other. I'm just saying they wouldn't get away with acting like arseholes. So if you want to talk about bullying, look at the big picture. Look at how the entire community, paranormal community, is responding, and how the community from the fake channels are responding to the debunking community. Not just the debunkers, but the debunking community. The best way to do it is to just deal with it. And if somebody's in your live chat, you've got moderators, and they're stirring trouble, they're calling names, they're being nasty, ban them. If you don't like bad comments, some people don't like to leave bad comments in their channels, delete them. Not saying ignore that it's happening, but I'm just hoping that video wasn't... I'm not going to play any of it. It's still up. Go and have a look. Maybe you'll go and think, no, Sarah, you sort of misread it, and that's fair enough. But don't blame everybody. Don't leave everybody wondering if just the big question. It was just a strange video. I couldn't quite work out who exactly was being spoken about. What my summation is he's talking about one or two people who haven't been nice, and he's tired of it. And yeah, we all get tired of it. But the reason the debunking community works is it supports each other. I mean, my tiny little channels that are just getting going, I've had support. And not just from the creators, but from the community as well. Because we stick together. It's what happens when, you're protecting yourself from the big bad internet. And hopefully it will continue to be like that. I mean, I've made online friends within that community. And you know what? Half the time we don't even talk about... Most of the time we don't talk about the paranormal. We just have a laugh, It would be lovely if everybody could be nice to each other. It would. But life doesn't work like that. But handle the idiots with a bit more dignity. There's nothing a troll hates more. There's nothing a bully hates more than either being ignored or being treated with dignity. You start hollering and yelling back, it's like fuel on the fire. Okay. I think I've said enough. Sarah is now going to go and have a coffee for a change.